What's up, kids? Let's do a little more Q&A. Super good question here. Somebody sent this to me in a private message, so I won't mention their name, and let's just dive right in. If you have questions as we're live here, feel free to ask and I'll clarify anything specifically for you if this is your question as well. Usually that's the case, right? That's one thing I love about groups. If you're in a Facebook group or if you lead your own consulting group or part of a consulting group, it's the group question process that's so cool because somebody asks a question like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. Thanks for asking the question. So thanks for asking this question. So this differs. Okay, let me kind of break this down. The question is, if you're just listening in and not watching, what's up, Carla? Good to see you. How does it take to go from one-on-one to group coaching? All right, let's also group into that. Let's say you're doing a done-for-you service and or one-on-one consulting, because a lot of people move to a group coaching or mastermind leadership type model from the one-on-one or done-for-you services. You're an expert in something, you're speaking, you're talking, you're leading clients already. Let's make that way more efficient, right? That's the kind of the mindset behind, let's do this in a group instead of one-on-one. You get your life back, you make more money, and honestly, you work 20% of the time. That's been my experience. A lot of other people have the same experience. Okay, here's how long it takes. It depends, right? So let's just assume for a second, and then we'll unassume a few things, but a few things have to be in place first. Let's assume that you have all the prospects and you already have a selling process in place to sell your done-for-you or your one-on-one coaching or consulting. All right, so you already have prospect flow coming in. We'll deal with what if you don't in a second, okay? But if you already have prospect flow coming in and you're already closing deals on a regular basis, meaning a couple a month, 5 a month, 10 a month, whatever, not like one every quarter, but you actually got flow coming in, it's predictable, then you're gonna transition to group coaching pretty quickly, all right? I would say typically 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how much time you have. So if you just all of a sudden decide, I wanna do my group coaching thing and I wanna start 2 weeks from now. Well, if you've got a sales calendar already booked with 20 people over the next 2 weeks, then you're probably fine, all right? You can go ahead and start that group coaching program. And that's a big thing to make a jump. Here's the rub there. So when you start that group coaching program, you all of a sudden now are leading a group, yay you, but you're also dealing with your one-on-one clients. And those clients still need your time and attention. So there's this overwork period that happens while you're tapering off the one-on-one or done-for-you service clients, or maybe you're keeping that going, and you're adding this new thing in there. When you're doing that, you're gonna have extra work. So you're gonna either staff up or you're gonna put some systems or processes in place. Whatever you need to do, you gotta make sure you put that in there, all right? So expect that overlap. If you're in a place in life you're like, dude, I can't handle the overlap. Like, I'm so stressed out right now. I gotta quit one thing before I start another thing. Then it really comes down to staging a start date for your high ticket group coaching program or your mastermind, whatever you're gonna do. That way you can go ahead and stack a bunch of people, get payments in place, and have a start date, like 2 months, 1 month, 3 weeks, whatever in the future. While you're tapering off your existing one-on-one or done-for-you clients, you could go ahead and be pre-booking people into that group. All right, all of this is really, really leaning in on your prospecting and your selling processes or systems. So if you have a strong prospecting or selling system, it allows you an enormous amount of flexibility because you can flip the switch on and get a lot more clients in the door when you're ready to go launch that group program or ready to pre-book it. But it really comes down to, do you feel confident right now today that you have full control over your prospecting and selling? Meaning, do you have basically a light switch on the wall or a spigot with a hose on it that you can turn on and increase the flow of new prospects and therefore closed deals into your coaching or your expert leadership program, whatever it is you're leading? If you have a done-for-you service and you've not done coaching and consulting yet, even one-on-one, then the sales process is a little bit different because you're gonna have to prospect and sell for people who don't want the work done for them, but want the work done with them or want instruction on the work. So if that's where you're coming from, a pure done-for-you service, then you got a little bit of a steeper hill to climb. Lean in and ask questions. That's why this group is here. We've done all the models and we've taught tons of people how to do it, okay? This community is here to crack that code for you. So if you're coming from a done-for-you service model, you might have a little more to work on while you're making that transition because the prospect and selling, the prospect is a slightly different prospect. I want the work done. Do I want to do it myself or do I want to learn how to do it, right? There's a difference there. Also, the selling of that is a little bit different. If you're used to selling high-ticket done-for-you services, you're going to be fine selling high-ticket group or one-on-one consulting services. It's just simply a matter of getting that prospect and that relationship built the right way, all right? If you're already doing one-on-one consulting, and consulting or teaching is your current model, one-on-one, or maybe you're teaching 2 or 3 people at a time, a small group, or maybe you're teaching low ticket right now, that's fine. All of those line up really seamlessly to a high-ticket group coaching model. It's really, really easy to just simply find the right prospect, line up the right sales sequence, and get people booked in for your first group. That's, again, we talk about this all the time in here. The goal of doing all of this is, I would say 3 things. One, and I'm just gonna put this one out there first because let's just get it over with. You wanna make more money, all right? Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people always wanna say, well, I wanna have an impact and change people's lives. I know, me too. But truly, we're entrepreneurs. We got bills to pay, you got staff to pay, you got systems to buy. You wanna upscale things, you wanna do more. You gotta pay for that. It's okay, don't feel weird about that. Group coaching and consulting is the fastest way I've seen in any model to high cash flow if you're an expert and you like teaching. If you like showing people how to do what you do and you're an expert at it and you're a communicator already, it is the fastest way to cash flow that's pretty significant, all right? That's number 1. Number 2 is time. It actually gets you your time back. It's way more efficient to teach 10 people in one Zoom call or one face-to-face experience or whatever than it is 10 people over the course of a week and then repeat that every week and have to redo it. That's a lot of work. The part of that that's also really cool is this group coaching model often is the simplest stair step to an online e-course, some kind of evergreen process or funnel. It's really simple how that just folds right in there. All right, totally another topic for a different day. The third reason is to move as quickly as you can to that group model is transformation. People actually change and transform and take action and learn and grow faster in a group than they do one-on-one. We all think that we want a one-on-one coach. I just need somebody who can really understand me, specifically where I am. Truly, we do better as humans in groups. We just do. We're community creatures. We do better in groups. As somebody who's been in lots of one-on-one and group professional coaching situations where I've been the student, I change better in a group, even though I want to believe that my situation is special, I need some kind of special coach. As somebody who's been through a lot of therapy and personal work on my own head and heart, just as a human, I've done a lot of one-on-one and a lot of groups. And you change faster and you get farther in a group really quick. Yeah, the more personal the topic, maybe the more you want to be specialized into one-on-one. But for most of us teaching what we teach in our expertise, you know, a group works great. We're not talking about someone's really specific personal problem that they just don't want to share with anybody, right? It's not like personal health and healing as much. But even that model, the therapist will tell you, the research shows groups work, all right? The transformation thing is important. The reason I bring that up last is because I just want to spend a minute on that. Your success as an entrepreneur, the money, the time, the 5-star reviews, whatever you want out of what you're doing, depends on people succeeding in your program. Putting your time and effort into a group, let's just keep using 10 people in your group. You want to do 20 or 30 or 5, I don't care. Putting people together in a group where you're charging them a legit amount, high ticket group or mastermind coaching, where they're paying well to be in your group. That does a lot of things. It frees up your cash flow, it frees up your time, and that allows you to bring in a little more help, to spend time with the group and really coach and mentor these people forward. You can change their lives when you have time and space and freedom in your life. The freedom I have in my life is what allows me to invest in the groups I lead. The freedom that the coaches have that I follow allow me to be changed in their groups because they're able to invest in me. I've exited some groups because the leaders were too busy. I want a leader who's committed and has the space and time. That's one cool thing about moving to a group model is it gives you freedom in life. You're a better coach, a better leader, a better instructor, a better life transformer. No matter what topic you talk about, if you got time to go for a run or a walk every day, you got time to go walk the dog, you got time to travel a little bit, you got time to go on the paddleboard, you got time to chill out. Those things are important when it comes to refilling your emotional and mental gas tank so you can reinvest and help the next person go the next mile. I hope that answers the question. I know I went lots of places with that answer, But how long does it take to go from one-on-one to group coaching? I think I answered that one. If I didn't, again, I won't mention your name. You reached out in a private message, but that is the answer to that, and we can talk more about that. I can hit other details if you want me to. But there's lots of reasons to do this. It doesn't take that long if you do it right. Get a system, get a process, follow it. If you want help with this stuff, folks, lean in. We have tons of free resources. We have paid resources if you want those. We have group coaching programs. We have training systems. We have all the templates, tutorials. We have so many things here for you. That's why we put this group together. So lean in, ask your questions. It's okay, all right? If you got a penny, you can spend it. If you don't, you don't have to. I want you to learn how to move forward. Get your life back, get your financial freedom back, and start changing people's lives. When we do that, we change the planet, we change our world, we make things happen. That's the cool thing we're doing here. All right, good to see everybody. You have a great day, and ask your questions. Keep answering. Talk soon.